everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, my name is Griselda. I'm super excited because in this video I have partnered up with COVERGIRL to bring you guys this look. In today's video I will show you guys two brand new products that just launched and how you can create this look just using affordable products. Also, I wanted just to throw this out there. I'm not wearing any false lashes. These are my lashes. Yes, my lashes. So if you want to see how I get this look, then just keep on watching. Alright, so as you guys can see, I already have my foundation and my concealer on. I went ahead and I used my TruBlend Matte Made foundation by COVERGIRL. I used the shade 1010, T10. Sometimes it's a tongue twister for me. And I used the TruBlend Undercover Concealer, also by COVERGIRL, and this is in the shade T100. So they made it super easy to match the concealer to the foundation. I will link the video up here so you guys can see how I like to use these two products. But we're gonna go ahead and start with contour, setting, and then move on to the rest of the face. First, we're gonna use this Full Spectrum COVERGIRL Contour and Correct Expert. You guys can see I use this pretty often. So I like to mix these two and add a little bit of this to do my contour. I'm just gonna pick up a flat brush to apply the product, and I'm gonna mix these two right here and just a little bit of that one. And then we are going to start contouring. And I like to just lay the product first and then go in and blend it. So that's why I'm using a flat brush. And I'm just kind of sculpting out my face. Just get rid of this right here. And then just a little bit on the forehead. And then of course down the nose. And I haven't set my concealer or my foundation because I'm still using cream products, but we will do that in a second. You can just grab any sponge to kind of blend that into the skin. This is gonna serve as like a base to the powder that we're gonna apply right after. I really love using this because it is a super creamy consistency, so I can leave it on like this for a few minutes and it doesn't dry down, so it's super easy to kind of blend out. I'm gonna blend out the nose. So now that we've got the base going on, we're gonna go ahead and set everything else. So we're just gonna pick up a translucent powder, and what I like to do first before I bake, I like to just go in with a fluffy brush and just kind of press that in to kind of seal the concealer, and then we can go in and just bake right on top of that. Look at that, how it automatically like smooths underneath the eyes. The TruBlend Undercover Concealer is my jam because it just gives you like a really nice clean smooth surface underneath the eyes. So I like to do this step first before baking, and then now I can go in and just bake with the sponge. All right, so now to set the whole entire face, we're going to be using this Full Spectrum Matte Ambition All Day Powder Foundation, and this is the shade Medium Tan Neutral. So I'm just going to pick that up with a fluffy brush. Usually you want to press the foundation in and not interrupt it. So moving on to bronzer, which I feel like it's one of my favorite steps from my makeup routine because you can kind of sculpt out your face the way that you want to, and it gives you like a really nice bronzy finish. I'm going to be using the Sculpt Expert Bronzer from the Full Spectrum collection. They have 3 shades, and I really love this because it really does give you that really nice matte finish. I've been using these for quite some time now, and it really gives me control of how warm and how tan I want to look. And these bronzers are so pigmented, they're super easy to blend out, and they stay super matte, which anybody that's super oily doesn't like to look oily, so this stays matte throughout the whole entire day. And it comes in 3 shades. We have the shade Sunlight, Warmth, and then we have Ebony. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them for you guys so you guys can see how pigmented they are. So here we have Sunlight. So you guys can see, here we have Warmth, and that's what that looks like. And then we're gonna pick up Ebony. and that's what that looks like. They're super pretty, and I really love how they're really nice and warm and rich in color. I'm actually gonna pick up these two. I'm gonna start with Sunlight and then go in with Warmth. Sunlight is gonna be more of a transition, and then Warmth is gonna kind of sculpt out my face a little bit more. We are gonna pick up just like a fluffy brush. So think of this as almost like a transition. You know how you do a transition in the crease? This is gonna be the transition to your bronzer. So we go in with Sunlight first, and it gives you like a really nice, look at that. It gives you a really nice, like almost like your skin tone, but just a little darker. And then just kind of work it into the skin. So you're just gonna wanna follow the cream contour. You're just gonna place that right on top of that. You can leave it like this and just have like a minimal bronzy look. But if you really wanna sculpt out the look, you wanna go in with a deeper shade. And I'll show you guys how I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and pinch the brush and just kind of follow that as well over my nose. Now we're gonna use Warmth, which is a little darker. And I'm gonna just apply it right at the tip because I don't want it to be too intense. I'm just gonna focus it on certain areas, which is like right underneath, right here, to kind of sculpt out my face. And I'm just going in very lightly. You see how I just added that really nice definition right underneath? And you wanna do the same thing right on the forehead, just very lightly, just add a little bit more depth. And then right here, we're gonna chisel the jawline. So now I'm gonna pick up a brush that has a little bit more of a tip because I wanna make sure that when I contour my nose, I'm not bringing the darkness under here. I'm sticking it right here and just bringing it down. And it just defines the nose a little bit better. And then just continuing to follow that guide that I created for myself. And then if you want to bake a little bit more or define your nose a little bit more, just grab that translucent powder and then you really snatched your nose. And now we're gonna define the cheeks a little bit more and just adding translucent. Just nobody can tell me nothing. We're just gonna buff that out really quick because I don't like to leave the translucent powder too long here because I don't want it to give me like that a white cast. Moving on to the eyes, we're just gonna go ahead and apply a base, and I'm just going to pat that in. We're just gonna pick up some translucent powder and set that. We're gonna be using the Full Spectrum So Saturated palette. You guys know how much I really love their eyeshadows because they're super pigmented and they're so easy to blend out. First, we're gonna start off by using the Sunlight as our first transition. So this palette right here has really nice rich browns, but I feel like I need a lighter shade to kind of do my first transition. So we're gonna pick up the bronzer to help the eyeshadows kind of transition a lot easier. We're just gonna pick up a fluffy brush and just start adding that to the crease. The amazing thing about this bronzer is that it works just as great as an eyeshadow, so it's perfect if you just throw it onto the crease if you want like a super everyday look. All right, so moving on to the palette, we're gonna pick up this color right here, and I'm using that same brush, and we're just going to create like that outer corner V and just deepen in the crease. We want to make sure that the crease is very well defined because listen, we're about to look really expensive on a budget. It's all about what you can do with what you got. That is the key. We're just gonna pick up a clean fluffy brush and we are going to kind of marry all of those colors together. That is the key to making sure that your eyeshadow looks really nicely blended. I'm debating whether I should do a matte look because I feel like I always do a super shimmery look on the lid. So I think I'm gonna do a matte look today. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Also, I wanna know what your favorite CoverGirl product is that you've tried. And if you've seen that I haven't tried it, let me know in the comments so I can try it as well. And another thing that I really love about these eyeshadows is that you don't even get fallout. It's so good. And if you do, it's very minimal. I think I want to darken it up a little bit more. I'm going to pick up a more tapered brush and I'm going to pick up this chocolatey color right here. And then we're going to place that right on the outer corner. And as you can see, I'm pointing the brush upwards because I want the eye look to be almost like winged upwards. And then we're just gonna connect it to the crease. And again, I'm staying right in the crease, and I'm not bringing it all the way in. I'm kind of staying right on the outer corner. Now I'm just gonna go back in and just kind of blend everything together. And I'm using that same brush that I used for the first and second transition shade. I'm now picking up a flat brush, and I'm gonna pick up this color right here, which is a matte eyeshadow. And I'm using a small brush because I wanna have control of the placement. And we're just gonna go in and just kind of pat that eyeshadow in. And this also allows me to kind of place the eyeshadow without interrupting any depth that I've created in my crease because it is a smaller brush. And I'm gonna also bring that right in the inner corner to kind of open up my eye a little bit. And then you can go back in with that brush and just kind of blend everything together so you don't lose that definition. All right, so now picking up this darker color, we're gonna use that as our eyeliner. And I actually don't need to wet it because it's super pigmented, and also because I am keeping it super matte. We're just gonna place that at the root of our lash line, and it's gonna serve as our eyeliner. It's just gonna look really cohesive with the eyeshadow look. With this, I feel like you do get a little fallout, but I also have my translucent powder right underneath, so it picks it up and it's gonna make it easier for me to kind of buff out. So I'm just gonna dust that off, and usually what I like to do is I like to kind of push the product upwards so I don't brush it into my actual under eye and it doesn't leave a mark. To finish up the eyes, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did in the crease. We're going to do it right underneath the eyes. So we're going to pick up the Sunlight bronzer, and I'm just going to pick up a pencil brush to start the process. We're going to do the Sunlight underneath for the transition. And for this, what I like to do is I like to bring it a little lower than where I'm going to place the darker shade, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to see the transition. You just bring that in all the way. Now we're going to pick up these two colors right here, and then we're going to also bring it all the way in. So now picking up this darker chocolatey color right over here, I'm picking up a angled brush because I want it to be a little bit more detailed like it is at the top. So we're just gonna push that right at the root of the lash line. And like that, you can see all the transitions. All right, so now moving on to mascara, we're gonna be using the Lash Ambition from the Full Spectrum collection. This mascara is smudge, clump, and flake proof. And when I tell you, this is about to be a game changer for you. This mascara literally lifts your lashes from the root, which is really hard to find sometimes, especially on a drugstore mascara, because it literally does not disappoint. And it gives you a really nice like lash lift effect, if that makes sense. And it doesn't make my lashes clumpy, because I am one that doesn't like any clumpy lashes, because I don't know, look at that. And it lifted my lashes like really nice. And what I like to do is I like to kind of like twirl the brush and then kind of do a nice little zigzag moment. It almost makes people question if I had like a lash lift kind of vibe, you know? This mascara comes in black, very black, and then very black waterproof, and then high def aqua. And I do also have some areas where it may look like I'm missing lashes, and this kind of fills in those little areas. Look at that. This mascara does miracles for my lashes. So the trick is, remember, you want to kind of put it right underneath the lash and then zigzag. As you're zigzagging, you're kind of twisting the mascara upwards like that to kind of give you the ultimate lift. All right, so let's go ahead now. Look at that. Look at my lashes. That's all the mascara. All right, so let's go ahead and apply the mascara at the bottom lashes. And I'm using the very black waterproof one on my bottom lashes because I have really long bottom lashes, and sometimes with my oils it kind of transfers underneath, so I always like to use a waterproof one. All right, so we're going to be using the TruBlend Super Stunner highlight to add a little highlight to the cheekbones. I really like the fact that this highlighter right here is not like too champagne-y. It has hints of like bronze, so it kind of gives me a really nice like overall bronziness. Look at that. Alright, so for the lips, I'm going to be using two different lipsticks. I'm going to be using Streaker. This one is Dulce de Leche. And I'm just going to apply Streaker on the outer corner. And then Dulce de Leche, we're going to pop right in the center. Alright everyone, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you're excited to try any of these products. And I will see you guys in my next video.